want to see more, you got to come to our game, though.
Flight Time and Zeus walking the streets of New York. I think today might be a good day to kind of see how good of basketball players we have in Manhattan. Notoriously, New Yorkers are a little cranky, but I think a basketball might make them smile.
I think so. That's exactly what we've been doing for the last 91 years, dribbling around the world, putting smiles on people's faces. The secret to this is you got to smile. There you go. Whoa!
The Globetrotters are pro basketball players, and they will challenge anyone on the streets of New York. As opposed to a team that was doing silly stuff, the Harlem Globetrotters actually began like on a barnstorming tour.
We would go around challenging anybody who was willing to play us. Back in the late 40s and early 50s, we actually played against some of the professional teams.
There was a time when the Globetrotters were beating teams by so much that people would leave our games. What we had to do is we had to bring out a bucket of confetti. We had to start accidentally maybe pulling somebody's pants down or having a basketball on the string, and that's what's kept us relevant and kept us around for the last 91 years now.
Well, the first African-American basketball players in the NBA were former Harlem Globetrotters.
Nat Sweetwater Clifton played for the New York Knickerbockers.
Everywhere you go, you just put a smile on people's faces.
Look at that smile. We did that. We did that. Hey. I think that's one of the coolest parts about being a Globetrotter. Everywhere you go, not just here in New York, but whenever somebody sees this Harlem Globetrotter emblem, it takes them back to a happier time in their life when they went to a game with their parents or with their grandparents. You guys want to know the secret to being tall? You got to drink a lot of milk and always listen to your parents and teachers. If you know somebody who's an adult and they're short, they didn't do one of those two things.
Wait a minute. It's not funny. They will be in Newark tonight and then at the Garden through the holiday weekend. The Globetrotters, by the way, not only broke the color barrier in the NBA in 1950, they also broke the pro basketball gender barrier. They had a female member back in 1985 as well. Had so much fun. I felt like a celebrity just walking next to them, you know, walking through the streets of Manhattan. And you know, we could just think of all of our memories that we've had watching the Globetrotters. I think they were the first celebrities I ever saw. I'm like, these guys were on TV. That's Curly Neal.
I had so much fun watching them as a kid. I always just remember, because a night out in my family was rare.
No, we just watched them on TV. I don't know about you guys.
No, it was just so awesome. It was just like, wow, look at these guys.
But it's one thing to do tricks with the ball, dribble and spin and dump buckets on people's heads, but then to make the half-court shot.
Oh, my gosh.
There's
talent that's involved.
How do you do that?
You know what? They're going to be playing at the Garden this weekend. I would say they might be the most entertaining game we've seen at the Garden this entire year. They said they believe they could beat the Knicks if they squared off against them head-to-head.
Them's fighting words.
Yeah. They are. Thanks, Steve.